Irish Open. I'm with Dave Fogarty. Anyone who doesn't know Dave will know him from Severe MMA, photographer.
Ireland's #1 mixed martial arts website. Find us on Facebook.
Amateur MMA fighter. Are we 2-0 at the moment?
1-1.
1-1. Okay. Next fight, MMA fight?
I haven't confirmed any fight yet, but hopefully be fighting sometimes this year, probably around March or April, probably. When I get back in there.
Dave is one of the, I would say, few MMA fighters that actually competes a lot in Jiu Jitsu as well. We train together in Coast Jiu Jitsu Academy, and you're out in SBG Charlestown as well with Owen Roddy. We interviewed Lindsay, who's a teammate of yours from out there as well. But tell us about your Jiu Jitsu year. I know it's new to 2016, but last year you were at Worlds.
Last year I was a white belt, so I competed in the Europeans. I won the Europeans as a white belt. Then I went on, I competed in the Worlds, I came third in that. I just try and compete as much. I obviously did a load of competitions in Ireland as well, so I just try and compete as much as I can in Jiu-Jitsu. Even in MMA I try and represent Jiu-Jitsu. That's my base, that's what I do, and that's what I'm looking to continue to do for the rest of my life, is just do Jiu-Jitsu.
We're just back from the Euros. You're competing. Was it your first Euros at Blue Belt?
Yeah, this is my first. It's my second IBJJF tournament as a blue belt. The first I did was the American Nationals. I did all right in that.
Bronze at the American Nationals?
Yeah, I got bronze in the Nogi in the American Nationals. So this is my first major IBJJF tournament as a blue belt. I did good. I won my first one. Felt really good. Going into my second one, was up by 8 points. Just again made a small mistake and ended up getting armbarred. But look, this is how it is, and looking forward to. I'm going to do the Pan Ams as well, so looking forward to get over there with the rest of the East Coast lads, and just looking to medal at that.
How important is Jiu-Jitsu, Gi Jiu-Jitsu to your MMA game? Do you think they complement each other, or are they completely different?
Yeah, I think Gi Jiu-Jitsu is. I think to do it and to compete in MMA is a huge benefit. I feel like when I roll in MMA, I bring a lot of my Jiu-Jitsu style with me. Like I still look to do a lot of the moves I do in Jiu-Jitsu. I still like to do in MMA, and I think it's a huge benefit for any MMA fighter to train in Gi Jiu-Jitsu.
Super. Excellent. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you again soon. And Dave actually runs Gingerbeard Designs.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook on Dave Fogarty Photography, which will be moving to the Gingerbeard Design. Find me on Severe MMA, and you find me in East Coast Jiu Jitsu or SBG Charlestown.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Dave. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm here at the Northern Irish Open with Rina O'Leary, who's just taken gold in her division. Rioghnach is also a teammate of mine, fighting at East Coast Jiu Jitsu Academy in Dublin under Dara O'Connell. Congratulations! And this is her first TV web interview, and I couldn't be happier that it's with MMA Connect TV. How are you feeling?
Great, great day today, Good.
How many fights did you have?
Just 2 today, so not a lot, but still at 2, so 2 good battles.
And you were happy with the wins?
Yeah, I was happy with the wins. A lot more work to do, but it's an ever-going, lasting project. So that's the fun of it. The puzzle never ends.
Absolutely. The beauty of Jiu-Jitsu is the puzzle never ends. The more, what does we always say? The more you know, the less you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But listen, for anyone that might not know, of Rioghnach's competition past, we started pretty much the same time doing Jiu-Jitsu, and pretty much straight away. I think we were both training like a few weeks, and we'd done the Dublin Open. And both done really well, and from there we've both competed like quite a bit, you're always, every competition you're like, I'm competing. How important for you at an early stage, because you're still a white belt, how important is competing to you for your Jiu-Jitsu?
I did the first competition I think after a month. I love it. I just really like challenging myself, and
because a lot of people, and girls in particular, don't like to compete.
Like, to be very honest, I would be quite competitive anyway, mostly competitive with myself. Like, I'm always trying to do better than I did yesterday, and just trying to learn more skills and broaden any talents that I might have. So I like competing because I like trying to put myself out there and challenging myself. And with the people we roll with in the gym, we all get very used to who we roll with. So when you do competitions, you're very much exposed to different styles and really highlights holes in your game and stuff like that. So it's really good.
And you've been training for just under a year and a half?
Year and 3 months.
Which is quite a short period of time, especially for the level that you're at and for the competitions that you've done. Rioghnach is just back from the Europeans. The European champions did really well. Last year was London Open. Did you do gold at the London Open? Yeah. How could I forget? And done a lot of like high level competitions that are up against girls that train full time, and that So how important are competitions like this, back in Ireland to you?
They're great. They're really important. I think it's really good just for team morale as well. It's a great day out. We all go up. There's always like 10 or 15 of us. We all support each other. We're all shouting for each other on the mats. You challenge yourself. So you're kind of there as an individual in the competition, but then you're kind of integrated with everyone else as well. So it's like sociable, but also a personal challenge, and you kind of have a social outlet too. So it's kind of hitting all the great things in life.
Absolutely. And what was it why did you get into jiu-jitsu? What was it that actually I do know. Tell all our viewers what was the email that you sent to our coach Chris when you wanted to start jiu-jitsu?
I told him I wanted to learn how to hug people to death. Yeah.
And some would say you have succeeded.
I've hugged some people to death, yeah. Well, near death, not actual death. I wanted to become a human barnacle, basically. So, but I suppose that came out of, I spent a lot of years in college. So in 2014, I finished a doctorate, so I would have done 7 years of college. So I just wanted to do something different than something more cerebral like I had been doing. And I'd never played a sport before, so I just decided I would try to get into that. I also bought a violin at the same time, but that's fallen by the wayside, but I might get back into that when I find the time again.
If you get injured, you can also
if I get injured,
violin. But before I let you go, tell everyone what your day job is, because I think it's pretty cool.
I work as a forensic psychologist, so I do psychological assessments and do therapy with people who commit crime and who are involved in different court cases. So I try to be a superhero angel of love.
Angel of love by day. And then how often you get, because you train, I mean I know, but tell everyone how often you get to train on top of that high pressure, long hour job that you have.
I train 6 days a week. I would train, So
and sometimes might even drill on a Sunday.
Always drill on a Sunday. Always down for the old drills on a Sunday. Big time. 7 days if I can. Recently my hours changed, so I should be able to train 7 days a week now. So I'll be there 7 days.
For any, I mean, it applies to anybody, but any woman or girl out there that's like, I have a full-time job, I couldn't commit to training. To leave you on this note, what would you say to them?
I think if there's anything, if you want to try to succeed at something, you just need two things, which is interest and time. So if you have the passion for something and you have the time to put into it, you will get there. And you'll always create the time if you have the passion. So that alone is all it takes. And if somebody starts telling you all these different excuses why it won't work, just don't listen to them really, Just follow your passion and you'll create the time and the energy for it. In fact, you'll get energy from it if it energizes you,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
on that note, what a lovely note to leave it on. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best in your competition. No, not at all. Our first interview.
Thanks.
I wish you all the best for your competition year, especially
you
Worlds
too.
216.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Oh, thank you.
I'm here with Dean Barry, coach to the newly launched Arnkell Jiu Jitsu Academy in Arnkell. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us, Dean.
Thank you very much.
So just want to talk to you about Arnkell, because it's newly launched Jiu Jitsu Academy. So let's start from there, because you are coming from East Coast Jiu Jitsu Academy under Dara O'Connell.
We're a school in Arnkell, County Wicklow. We're affiliated to Dara O'Connell, East Coast Jiu Jitsu Academy, and then East Coast Jiu Jitsu Academy Bray as well. We started just in a small room, basically just renting space a couple of times a week, and then we developed into just a 2,000 square foot full-time facility, and we've kids classes, teens classes, everything's really building and coming through nicely.
And you're a purple belt as well.
Yeah, so I'm purple belt under Dara. I got my purple belt May last year or so, and then up until then we were doing bits and bobs, nothing serious, but now we've decided to, because we're about an hour's drive away from Dara, so we should take advantage of the time we have to train ourselves.
Absolutely, because it is a bit of a trek up. It's 40 minutes in the car.
And especially when not all the guys that are around like my area, they all have the time to be trekking up and down like I might do sometimes. But it's good to get them all training and build a community down there as well, you know. And then
Absolutely.
at the likes of the big competitions like this, we can all come together at once and form just a big team.
Definitely. And one of the, was it the travelling distance, or did you always want to open up your own Jiu-Jitsu academy? Because it kind of is the dream, people who get to kind of purple, brown, black belt, you know, to have their own academy.
Yeah, like back when I was used to be travelling up and down to Dara's twice a day sometimes, 5 days a week, I used to be like, God, this is such a pain in the ass. Like, well, I wish I just lived up here. But in the end, it turned into a blessing because I wouldn't have my own academy if I lived up near Dara's, which is obviously in Monkstown. I live down in Arnkell, so you're about an hour's distance away. And that just meant I could grow a team down there and not interfere with Dara or any other clubs that are around me. You know, there's not much competition, and if there is competition, we fully intend to just blow them right out of the water anyway.
Absolutely. And I mean, because you're still so young, you're 26, you know, but a very advanced competitor. At white belts, you won the Europeans.
Yeah.
Blue, purple, British national, is that purple?
Yeah.
How has coaching improved your game, or has it? Or because it's a completely different animal, you know what I mean? Obviously. So what have you found since you started coaching and taken over Arnkell?
I've definitely really enjoyed coaching, and then it's that good thing that like you get all the awkward questions at the start from like someone who's training 2 weeks and be like, yeah, but what if my partner does this? So then that leads you to start to try to figure out certain aspects of your own game, and then, you know, what way to build these guys up. You know, obviously everyone's not going to fight like I fight in competition, so you have to kind of coach them into their own little aspects and find their own little cubby hole in it. And then coaching has affected my own training, but not in a negative way. Like, I still train, haven't been able to get up to Dara's as much, but I know that's just part and parcel of it. You know, I was talking to Dara before himself, and he says sometimes like your own training just goes out the window because you're either going to give up your academy or you're going to be selfish, which sometimes is good as well. But at the end, you'll find the right balance, and because we're only open a couple of months, I intend, like, after the first 6 months, I think things will settle down, and I'll find my groove kind of where and when I can fit in my own training.
Sweet. And you seem to, like, I mean, looking at the guys you were saying you have like 9 or 10 guys that are competing up in Belfast. How easy was it to kind of recruit all these beginners when you opened the academy? Were there people kind of looking for someplace to go, or kind of that sort of build it and they'll come sort of?
Yeah. No, like the day we opened the doors, we had 25 brand new beginners, never seen them before, straight onto the mats, and then the guys that was constantly training, which we'd count as the existing class, even though most of them are still white belts, but the advanced compared to what our beginners were working off. They all came right through, and then, you know, we've a good bunch, so we're definitely looking towards competitions. But then there's a lot of guys who just come and just want to train and enjoy it and just have the crack as well, like, you know, because I kind of wanted to build a place where you don't really have to go anywhere else to do it. We have a little strength and conditioning area.
And you're a personal trainer, strength and conditioning coach
I do all that as
by
well,
day
so
as well. Yeah.
That's why I wanted that element of it. There's no real point anyone to be leaving it, you know, and then we provide a host of other classes like fitness classes and some stuff
and
specifically
class
for
as well,
jiu-jitsu.
which I was very happy to hear. A full
ladies
ladies class.
Self-defense, so we're getting good numbers for that, and that's building, you know, and, you know, I think once you get one person in the door, boom, we've done just some basic Facebook marketing, and then it's just basically word of mouth, and there's new people coming each and every week. So it's
and
really
what
good.
would you say to somebody who has no fitness, no martial arts experience, that kind of wants to get started with jiu-jitsu? Like, how important, first of all, what would you say to them to kind of encourage them to take their first class?
Yeah, well, don't be intimidated, because a lot of people get the wrong idea of jiu-jitsu, and they think it's people like they'll get the kind of magic martial arts effect, which is a totally negative and doesn't exist. You know, for want of a better word, some martial arts will try sell you magic, but then jiu-jitsu has the kind of other side of it. It's associated with mixed martial arts, and people will think, oh, they're just a bunch of hooligans running wild. But if you come in and actually do jiu-jitsu, you know, you'll straight away get the impression of what the environment is and who the people are that are coaching, your training partners. No one's there to hurt each other. Obviously, there's some people who come in at a really good level athlete-wise, and then we've people come in, you know, they might have just worked a 9 to 5 and then they're just straight in, they're 5 kids. They just want to come in and train. So people will develop differently, but don't be offset, you know, by looking at a couple of big guys in, because who knows, they could be training 5 days a week in the gym and doing jiu-jitsu 5 days a week.
Absolutely.
So just be prepared. Yeah, you after your first couple of classes, you'll realise exactly what the environment is like and what everyone is like. Because there's not many assholes that stick around jiu-jitsu really.
Yeah, absolutely. So as a very successfully competitive purple belt and now a coach and academy owner, how important, like what would you say to someone, how important is jiu-jitsu in your life or to somebody, to somebody's daily life? Like what would you say to someone if in one sentence, if they were like, well, what's so good about jiu-jitsu besides the kind of the fitness elements and the like all that kind of, is there anything that you would kind of,
I think,
to sell it to them?
I think jiu-jitsu for your mind is one of the underrated things. Like I know loads of people who I think, like, I know it's easy for me to say now, but I did do it. I worked at 9 to 5, came home, did nothing, sat on the couch, got up at 8 o'clock, did that 9 to 5 again. I think that's a fast way to just depression.
Yeah.
So I think if you get active and you get moving, doesn't matter what it is, but jiu-jitsu especially has helped a lot of people I know. Just mentally, it's helped myself. My confidence has went through the roof since I started
Do you
training.
think if you were doing another, maybe not martial art, but another sport, would you have the confidence to set up your own business essentially at 26 and,
Genuinely don't think so, Could have got dragged into something else along the line or fell into a trap nearly, but thank God I just found jiu-jitsu, because I know it's cliche, everyone says it, but it's all I do is jiu-jitsu. I love it, but it genuinely is, and I can refer everything to jiu-jitsu. I could be talking to my granny or something and I'd be like, oh yeah, well that's like if you, and I'll be working things out in my head and just put it into plain English for them, but it always relates back to jiu-jitsu for me basically.
Perfect. Well, on that note, wish you every success with your new gym, and anyone who's down Arnkell, Wicklow, Bray, down that way, all that area, check out Arnkell Jiu Jitsu Academy. Thank you, Dean. Thanks for the time.